Hello, and welcome to another episode of Imperial Galactic Survival. Insights and analysis with your T-adult host, Akiva. Now, today I will be looking at 5 items from the workshop, and I will be telling you why they caught my attention and sort of selling them to you, I guess. Now, the sun is currently in the way, so I'm gonna just move the camera here a little bit. Sun, you're annoying. Anyways, aside from random shaking my fist like an old man at the sun god, let's go ahead and get started. Now, first off, we have a very interesting build that caught my attention, and to be honest, the first time that I have seen anybody use these extra large wings in a very good way and this is the Mosquito by Zyben Gulva. Zyben Gulva. Now, this is a SV. I believe that it is made for... Let's take a look and figure out. This one doesn't have a workshop description, so we're going to have to go through that whole process of figuring out, is it made for Reforged? Or is it made for vanilla? So, first off, when I check that, is to immediately... Oh, it's already been auto-grouped. Thank you. Basic improve. Yes, definitely made for Reforged. Okay, that was a quick check. Now, this thing caught my attention for several reasons. First off, use of glowies. Second off, our second reason was the use of these large wings, and then use these angle wings to actually create a look, to create an actual overall shape. I thought that was cool. And then you have on the underside these underslung thruster housings. That's pretty cool. Now, this person did go through the effort of copying and pasting this nose block from an older build. Because this is no longer in the blocks menu, so you have to copy and paste it from a build from the workshop. So, another reason to download this thing. Just make sure to give it a thumbs up while you're there. Now, on the internals, this thing has an interior cockpit, and you have access to critical devices. Oops, missing textures there. That's alright. And then, if I'm not mistaken, yep, you can access the cockpit by just looking underneath the detector on the internals. So we've got a harvest controller there. And it's got full internals. But I do like the use of... Let me get my multi-tool out. The use of these like deco blocks to add to the look. That's really cool. Alright, so what does this thing do? This thing is a mining SV from what I can tell. And then you've got some defenses here as well. Just some basic defenses. So you've got the rockets that can track drones. And then you got laser turrets. So I believe that this is a miner, or primarily a miner. But let me look at the defenses category. Let me collapse these. Weapons. You've got 4 GATs, 2 rocket launch. Oh, these are not the homing type. That was my bad. Warp and warp. And a standard shield generator. So just too many groups here. My brain's overloaded. Core systems. Yeah. Spotlight. Yep. I'm not going to look for that because I have a feeling it's in equipment or in some random category, and I'm not looking through all the categories. This is why I encourage people to smart group their stuff. Everything like thrusters, just create a custom group, put them all into one group so that you don't have to look through them. And then all the like random things like landing gear or LCDs or sensors or doors or stuff like that, just put in the equipment group. Just so that you don't have all that extra stuff to look at. But anyways, moving on with that rant. Sorry. Yeah, this thing, very cool. It was fun to fly around and get into place for the video. Now, this thing decided to eat up all of its fuel that I gave it earlier. Ungrouped completely. And come out of the water and fall in the water. Okay. So this thing is, let me look at my notes here. Unsubscribe. The Basilisco Madaloriano. I completely butchered that name. Sorry. I am so sorry that I butchered that name. It's too many vowels. Too many vowels. And it's probably Spanish or French. I'm not really sure. Anyways, this is by Alucard Gamer 666. And I'm gonna go ahead and look at the P menu so that you guys can actually see. Really, son? First you were in my face and now I can't see anything. Okay, whatever. Fine. There we go. I hate having to do that in the middle of the video, but whatever. So this thing is Alucard Gamer 666, and then you have this name here that I don't want to butcher again because I feel that it would be well, it'd get me in trouble if I butcher it again, needless to say. So let's not butcher it again. So this thing again, if you look at the workshop page for this, there is no workshop description, which is completely fine. I mean, that's completely fine. So take a look at stats here, CPU statistics. Let's go over to devices and go over to core systems. So first off, this thing is not made on. It is not CPU compliant. It's made with CPU turned off. So they are either in a single player game or a multiplayer game where they have CPU turned off. Completely fine. It is a bare bones, just combat SV, and I believe, just based on the thruster characteristics, this thing is made for Reforged. I could be wrong. Well, considering it doesn't bother with CPU, I'm sure it works in Reforged and vanilla. I flew around with this little thing earlier. It is a absolute joy to just move around. It appears to be a jack of all trades SV. I say jack of all trades. I mean it has all the devices that you can stick on it besides drills. I don't see any drills on this thing. And the reason it caught my attention is because of this use of wings here. I have never seen the wings used like this before. This is really, really cool. And it's a very compact, very, very smart little build that is just meant to destroy things, from what I can tell. And you've got the constructor here and threw me off. And this thing, let's connect to container controllers. This thing, you can construct a couple of things on the go. It's got the zip in Doesn't have very much reverse thrust based on looking at it, but it can zip in and fly really, really fast. It doesn't look like it has any reversing power, so quick strafing run playstyle for this thing if you're going on POIs. Anyways, very, very cool builds. Take a look at the workshop description link in below. Moving on. Now this one is by an artist, a creator that has been playing this game for a while, and I really enjoy just looking at their builds. Seven FT Dust Bunny. Probably butchering that name. This is somebody that participates regular in the official discords and helps people out wherever they can. Very, very nice person. Now, this one is the SDB Soul Piercer. Now, have their own YouTube channel, which is linked in the description. So I recommend you say hi. Mention that you came from my channel and just say hi. Tell them hi for me. Let's see here. The workshop description. The SDB Soul Piercer is an early game, hard-hitting SV for Reforged Eden. While it's a bit of a glass tank, if you let the shield go down, it is highly maneuverable, so it can avoid much of the incoming fire. So basically a agility shield tanking POI buster. Very cool. Cargo container with 1625 SU. Ammo controller with 11.1k SU. O2 station, armor locker, fridge detector, Wi-Fi control, Wi-Fi. 6 laser cannons, 6 guided missile launchers, spotlight. The SDB Scout has plenty of room for all the ammo you need and fight for a long time. Though you will need a good number of core extensions. I believe they mean aux cores or quantums. Credit and inspiration of this design draws heavily from below designs from Severoth. While I did build this from the ground up, I borrowed a lot of the style from his design, and then there is a link to Severoth's Sparfell. Very cool. Hope you'll enjoy. Also, feel free to check out the YouTube channel, and then there is a link on their workshop description to a YouTube channel. I will put the link to their workshop item in the notes for the video. So if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see the notes. Anyways, one thing I would like to say before I take any more look at this build is the fact that 7TF Dust Bunny here took the time to actually put a link to the design that inspired them and a credit there. They didn't have to do that since they built this up from the ground up. That is an extra step of being a good member of the community and giving credit where credit is due, even though you don't have to. Okay? I want to see that from all workshop creators. I want that to be absolute the norm for the workshop. Do I get everything I want? No. But I can dream and I can say that that's what I want to see. Anyways, moving on to actually reviewing the build. So the reason this thing caught my attention was the use of purple and the use of wings to just create an overall shape and a mean look. I really, really like that. And then the shape built around just the thruster placement. That is really freaking cool. Now, personally, I prefer for these side-to-side thrusters to be back behind in the very, very back, but I also understand that probably not practical for this design. Anyways, I flew this thing around. It was absolute... I flew it around a little bit earlier to get where it is on the pad, and it was absolutely fun to fly. I'm just saying, really, really fun. And just check it out. It's really cool. Anyways, I do like how they have the guns integrated with the segmentations of the wing and sort of undermounted and then linked up with, like, this one's integrated with the segmentation of the wings, and then it has blocks linking the lasers to it. The block shaping linking the lasers to it. So it, anyways, very, very cool. I really like the use of the thin blocks here to create a glowy, like, shape around that thruster in the front. Very, very well done. And and again, just the use of thin blocks to create a shape there, and then you have the actual access to the blocks that you want to access, just like right by them. That's just really cool, really, really nice design. And then the tail here, it looks like a freaking shark. It looks like a shark tail. I like it. Anyways, take a look at it on the workshop. Again, there will be a link below. Next, we have the pirate. This is a neat little build that caught my attention. The sand coloring, very, very cool. And then the contrast. Zyben Galva. Now, since I plucked this off the workshop the other day in preparation for this video, it has gotten a lot of views. Now, there is no workshop description, so I'm going to go ahead and take a look at it. But I can make a few guesses based on what the internals and the CPU components entail. So let's go ahead and start by looking at the CPU core systems. Okay, definitely reforged. This is reforged 2, it looks like, because you've got 2 improved and 4 advanced. That makes me wonder. Now, one of the few things that I do know about reforged 2 is the fact that you have a different layout here. So, like, you have... Oh, no, this isn't reforged 2. My bad. This is why I don't talk about reforged 2, is because it just leads me to making... It just leads me to talking out of my ass. Let's be real here. So, no, this is reforged because you've got your core, you've got your basic, you've got your 2 improved, but you only have 4 advanced here, which is what threw me off. But I think that's just so that you only need 4 advanced here. If I look at let me look at the CPU. Yeah, you only need 4 advanced. Heck, you can get away with 3. But again, very, very cool build, and yeah, I make mistakes all the time, and I like to own up to them. Anyways, oh, that's... Oh, I did not even notice that. Very cool. That is cool. The use of a curve shape there, and then another curve there and there, really makes it look like that glass is curved. Like you have a piece of curved glass there. I've never seen anything done like that before. That's really cool. Anyways, aside there. Just geek out aside there. You've got the warp drive and the shield generator on this side. Now, one thing that really worries me about... Hold on, let me actually look at the build before I decide to before I decide to shoot my mouth off. Yeah, it's a starter SV. I'm not gonna worry about that. Yeah. So this thing is a starter SV, and very, very simple build. A lot of open area so that you can customize, I imagine, and add upgrades as you wish. Interesting use of textures, by the way. You've got the cockpit up here, and then you've got a place to the roof, and then you've got your CPU components under... Yeah, you've got your CPU components under literally thin blocks, sloped thin blocks of all things. But anyway, it should be fine. As long as you don't let the shields go down, this thing will be fine. And it's got the maneuverability to deal with it, so I'm not too worried. Very, very cool build. definitely caught my attention with the shaping of the nose here and the use of these curved blocks to actually get that shape. Very, very cool. Next, we have the biggest build that's probably going to take the most time out of the video. And this is the Lost Again by Ep.6 AUT. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the P menu because I want you to actually see that name. Yep, there it is down there. And doesn't look like this person, this is the only thing in the description is made for Reforged Eden Atlantis. Okay, so I don't know what changes are with that by yeah. Anyways, some custom signal logic here. Might have to use Google Translate for this. I'm not gonna do that right now. Signal Reforged Eden Atlantis again, and what caught my eye about this was just the fact that a lot of use of pointy shapes here. You've got textures that are not normal, like very, very different, but they work here somehow, and I don't understand personally how you can get these textures to work, but they just work. You know, it's a lot of things that are just counterintuitive to my brain, and I'm just like, how does this work? I don't understand it. Anyways, very, very cool build. Clearly a combat ship. I really like the placement of the solar panels to where they're actually part of the build rather than hidden in the internals. And then you've got these thruster pods, or these thruster pods they're actually connected a bit. And then you've got the entire thruster setup is set up behind the center of mass, so you get maximum torque for what thrusters you have here. And it's very, very good. I really like how you got the thruster set up here. And then this block work here. I wouldn't have thought to do that kind of block work there. I'm like, that's really cool. That's just cool block work right there. And there is just a lot of just block work that is just counter block work and texturing that you wouldn't think would work, but it works. On the internals, there is okay. Don't like having fusion cores right next to each other, but that's personal preference there. These things are encased in clusters, but again, another issue of if one of this cluster is hit, the entire thing is going to chain react. Like if this is hit, if these tanks are hit, they're going to chain react this, which chain reacts that, and goes all the way to chain reacting everything up here. So yeah, guys, make sure to spread this stuff out or put bulkheads between your critical components, because yeah, one bad shot, one stray shot, and you're gonna have a really, really bad day, and grinding those the resources for those parts again is going to give you a more than just a single bad day. It's going to give you multiple bad days. Okay, so definitely bulkheads between exploding components, please. But enough that tangent. Now, I do like the layout here. Not the fact that they're right next to the fuel tanks, but it's an extremely practical layout here. But yeah, you've got your clusters of like you've got decoys here, so that you got some tanking before it takes to that, and it will let you know when you should back away, which is very, very good. Now, I have moved this thing around. The maneuverability on this thing is wonderful. I love it. You've got looks like a RP observation room. Wouldn't want to be in there during combat. And then you've got your bridge up here. Got your production in here. Warp drive. Sorry about the yawn. I'm having to do recordings at midnight. That's not great, but yeah. lot of really, really cool space in here. I love the placement of thrusters. I like the use of colors. Weapons loadout and the way you have put out space for these weapons. Oh, that's cool. Thruster behind it. The way this person has done spacing for weapons and just done the tiers just to make sure that all the weapons have a firing angle is very, very well done, and I applaud it. A lot of things that aren't normally taken into account when builds are like stepping up the turrets and putting thrusters in a way that you get maximum torque for the minimal amount of thrusters is just well done here. Just great work. Anyways, it is the end of the video, and you guys know what that means. No, actually, you probably don't. Even I don't know what that means. Anyways, at the end of the videos, I usually say thank you to my patrons. I remember, be kind to your fellow humans. Just be kind to your fellow humans. I don't really have any, like, world altering quotes or antiquotes. I don't know how to say that word. I don't have anything to say other than thank you for watching. Be kind to your fellow humans. Take a look at these wonderful items on the workshop. There will be links below in the description. Say hi in the Discord. Become a patron. Have a nice day. Banshee out.